A company spent 10 years and hundreds of millions of dollars building a lock that no one could ever break. Someone broke it in 9 days. And the craziest part? That person wasn't even doing it for money. So today, let's talk about how people crack video games and why billion-dollar companies keep losing this war. Every lock they built, someone broke it faster. Let's go back to the beginning. The 1990s. You just bought a game on a floppy disk, and the only thing protecting that game from pirates was a number. Just a number, printed on a piece of paper inside the box. That's it. The entire security system of a game that took years to make. A 16-digit number on a slip of paper. Pirates copied it, posted it online, and millions of people played for free. So game companies panicked and came up with a genius idea. They buried the key inside a 200-page manual. Enter the third word on page 47. They thought no one would bother going through all of that. Pirates scanned the entire manual, uploaded it as a PDF. Problem solved. For them. Then came CDs. Now your game needed the physical disk inside your drive just to open. Surely, that was impossible to fake. Hackers wrote a tiny piece of code that made the game believe the disk was always there, even when the drive was completely empty. That's literally how virtual drives were born. A fake drive. Living inside your computer, lying to the game every single second. Every lock they built, broken. Every single time. Usually in days. So what did game companies do next? They built something completely different. Something that didn't just lock the door, it watched you through it. Modern protection, and how hackers start beating it. The "they buy the game" reveal always surprises people. Pause after it. Today's games use something called DRM, Digital Rights Management. Forget the bouncer who checks you once at the door. DRM is the bouncer who follows you inside, stands next to you all night, and keeps asking to see your ticket. Every few minutes, the entire time you're there. It pings a server over and over while you play, constantly checking, never stopping. Is this person legit? Are they legit? Still legit? But here's the thing. DRM still gets cracked. And the way it starts, nobody expects this. The hacker buys the game. Legitimately. Full price. Because they need the original unmodified files. No shortcut works here. Then they open the game's code using special tools that let them watch, in real time, every single thing the game does while it runs. Every check. Every moment it reaches out to verify ownership. They watch it happen live. Find the exact line that says, "Check if this person paid," and simply remove it. For most games, that's the whole job. A few hours of work, done. But there's one protection that is completely different from everything else. One that doesn't just check ownership. It makes the code itself impossible to find. It's called Denuvo, and this is where it gets really interesting. Denuvo, the protection that hides itself. Every protection before Denuvo had one weakness. The code was always fully there, hidden, locked, hard to read, but always there, all at once, waiting to be found. Denuvo asked a very simple question. What if the code didn't exist until the exact second it was needed? Here's what it actually does. It takes the entire game, every function, every mechanic, everything, and encrypts it, scrambles it completely. When you launch the game, there's no readable code at all, just noise. But as you play, tiny pieces of code get unlocked for just a fraction of a second, only to handle whatever's happening on your screen right now. A cutscene starts. That one tiny piece unlocks, runs, and immediately locks again. A fight begins, different piece. Unlock, run, lock. The full code never exists at the same time, not even for one moment. And while all of this is happening, Denuvo is quietly scanning your system, looking for hacking tools, watching for anything suspicious. It even creates a unique ID based on your specific computer, tying your copy of the game to your machine specifically. If it finds anything it doesn't like, it doesn't crash the game. It doesn't warn you. It just silently starts breaking things while you play. That's exactly why pirated versions of GTA 4 had the camera randomly spinning, cars suddenly driving themselves, missions that couldn't be completed. People thought it was a bug. It wasn't. Denuvo was doing that on purpose. So how do you crack something that barely exists in the first place? The only way to beat Denuvo, and it takes months, the answer is almost too simple. You play the game. the entire game. Every time Denuvo unlocks a tiny piece of code for that split second, hackers are capturing it, saving it, building a collection of every single fragment, one by one. But to make sure they get everything, they have to play every mission, watch every cutscene, find every secret, trigger every animation, complete every ending. Because if even one piece of the game is never loaded, that chunk of code never unlocks, and it's never captured. Miss one thing, the cracked version crashes, or Denuvo's trap wakes up and starts corrupting everything again. Once they have every fragment, they stitch it all back together, remove all the traps Denuvo hid inside, clean everything up, and then test the whole game again from the beginning to make sure it actually works. This process takes weeks, sometimes months, for a single game. And the people doing this aren't lone hackers in a dark room. They operate like actual studios, programmers, testers, people whose only job is packaging the final result. Their one goal: finish before every other group doing the exact same thing right now. Because the moment a new game drops, the race begins. And being first is everything. The part the industry doesn't want to talk about. A lot of the people cracking these games end up getting hired by the same companies they cracked. Because nobody understands a lock better than the person who already opened it. And let's be honest, most of us here grew up playing games we never paid for. San Andreas on a friend's computer. GTA on a 4GB flash drive passed around in school. There was no way we were spending that kind of money on a single game back then. That's genuinely how a lot of us fell in love with gaming. Now that I can actually afford it, I buy every game I play. Because real people spent years building those things. That matters. But here's the thing I can't stop thinking about. Right now, at this very moment, there are people who bought games legally, paid full price, did everything right. And those games don't work anymore because the company shut down the servers. The game is gone. The money is gone. The cracked version still works perfectly. The paid version doesn't. If buying a game doesn't mean you own it, what exactly are you paying for? I want to know what you think. Drop it in the comments. Are game companies pushing people toward piracy themselves, or is there a line that shouldn't be crossed no matter what?